Hi, I'm Paige Bryant, and I'm here with Derek Anderson. We're going to talk about the Atlanta Braves and their upcoming season. So, Derek, what are
Well,
some of the new additions to the team?
the Braves brought in a new second baseman by the name of Dan Uggla, who played for the Florida Marlins for the past few years. He averages around 30 home runs, about 120 RBIs a season. It would bring a lot more power to the lineup that they were lacking last season. And also, really, the big addition would be a new coach. Bobby Cox has been there for 20 years, and he decided to retire after winning the World Series and winning 14 division titles, and they bring in one of his disciples that he brought up, one of his assistants, Freddie Gonzalez, who was with the Florida Marlins as well for a little while. So he's taken over, and they said through spring practice it's been a little different at times, but he's really kind of going with the same motion that Bobby went with, and there hasn't been much change, but they've always been accustomed to winning, so hopefully that's the way it stays.
So, how do you think this new coach is going to adjust?
Well, he's a lot. They call him a mini Bobby, so he's a lot like him. A lot of the spring practices have been the same. There's been a couple of different drills here and there, they said, but it's really, and Bobby's still there. He still helps them out. He's a big time consultant with them, so he's always around. And anytime they need to ask questions, he's always there to answer them.
That's always a good thing. Now, do you think that Chipper Jones is healthy?
Chipper is probably, he ended his year last year. He tore his ACL, but and he come back, he had surgery, but I would say he's better now than he was before he had the injury. He probably had one of the best springs so far in the spring training that he's had in his career. He's hit longer home runs and stuff, had a higher batting average than he's had in the spring in a long time. And I mean, it's scary the fact the guy's 39 years old, about to be 40 years old, and he's absolutely hitting the ball better than he has in the past 4 years. So if he can come back and hit in that 3 spot, that being accustomed to what he's used to playing, the lineup's even better. So it'll be a good thing for him as well as good for the team.
Yeah, it's good to know he's healthy. And what's your biggest area of concern?
I would say the biggest area of concern for the Braves would be defense. They bring in, like I said, Dan Uggla to play second, and he's a guy that has been known to make a few errors in his day. He's had a lot of not top 10 plays, but it will be the not top 10 on SportsCenter. He's had a bunch of those where you just make you wonder what the hell is he doing. And then at shortstop, they have Alex Gonzalez, and he's a guy who will make an outstanding play, and then the next one he'll throw it over the first baseman's head into about the 10th row of the seats. And also, then they bring in Uggla to play second. They have to move Martin Prado to left field. And he's a guy that's never played the outfield before in his life. And he's having to learn a whole new position. So it's going to be a learning curve. But I think they'll get it figured out. This is a team that made more errors last year than they've made in a really, really long time. And then you bring in another guy to play second base that's made a lot of them. And then you put a guy in left field who's never played there before. And that's a recipe for disaster. But I think they have a lot of great coaching staff, and I believe they'll get it figured out. It won't be a problem.
And what's your biggest prediction for the season?
My prediction for the Braves would be they're in the same division as the Phillies, and the Phillies went out and bought all the great pitchers that's in the baseball right now, and it's going to be a battle between them two in the division. One will win the division, one will win the wild card. I think they'll both make the playoffs. I really like this Braves team. They're capable of winning the World Series. I think they can do it, but first things first, they have 18 games against the Phillies. They have to play 162 games in the regular season, and they have to make the playoffs. And once you get in, anything's possible. The Giants proved that last year. Nobody gave them a chance, and they won the World Series. But I think the Braves can win 95 to 100 games and win the division.
So, who do you think will win the World Series?
Well, a lot of people, when they pick the World Series, they look at the Phillies, they look at the Yankees, they look at the Red Sox, they look at the Giants who won it last year, who bring back the pitching staff that they had that's ridiculously awesome. But to me, I'm a Braves fan, and I'm going to want them to win. But I'm kind of realistic as well, and I know they are team capable. I would like them to go to that. And also, like out of the American League, I'm not going to go with the obvious pick. I like the Minnesota Twins to go to the World Series. They have a great pitching staff, great coach, and they bring back Joe Mauer, who's the best catcher in the league, and Justin Morneau, who missed half the season last year. He's a first baseman.